My name is Dennis Dix. I'm the founder and CEO of Jayde, a direct-to-consumer platform for selling small commercial policies, basically business insurance. We're here today looking for a carrier partner who's interested in selling direct without having to market, build, or maintain a digital front end. Small commercial, as we define it, is a $100 billion market with more than 30 million small businesses. Last year, more than 4 million new businesses were formed, and each of them needs some form of insurance. But the biggest opportunity may be hidden in the roughly 40% of small businesses that remain underinsured. When asked, owners say they don't understand the value of the products and they believe insurance is too difficult to acquire. A survey we conducted indicates 71% of small business owners would like to purchase insurance online, and preferably as a bundle. And yet only 3% is actually sold this way. So the question is why? Why is there such a huge gap between what people want and what people do? So think about this for a second. The insurance industry is failing to meet the purchasing preference of 2/3 of the market. But why? Our answer is twofold: bad user experience and too much complexity. A friend of mine recently started a business and asked for my help buying insurance. We visited 6 websites, big names like Next Insurance, Hartford, and others. Only one of them used plain language on their website, and only one helps users figure out what they need. Unfortunately, they also declined to write her class of business. Most of the sites are filled with industry jargon and require the customer to know exactly what they're shopping for. And of course, most don't. In the end, we were unable to get a quote from any of these sites. 6 sites whose business model involves selling direct, 0 quotes. But it actually gets worse. 2 of them attempted to sell her products she didn't need. We were referred to third parties by both of the large carriers, and as an added bonus, we can't seem to get off the spam lists for 2 of the sites. So the current purchasing landscape looks like this: define your own needs, interact in a language you don't speak, turn down, referred, offered the wrong products, and land on multiple email and robocall lists. Can you see why people might find this confusing? For small business owners, the confusion leads to frustration, which leads to distrust. And eventually, they give up and do what she did: call an agent and wait 10 days for a quote. When it comes to small commercial, we know agents are not out hunting this business. They're gathering it from people who get frustrated with the current digital experience. If you're a carrier that relies on agents, that should concern you. So we have a $100 billion market with 67% of the customers unable to purchase the way they want. Novarica estimates the digital share will increase from 3% to 12% by 2025, which means the carrier who can get it right in the digital space has an opportunity to participate in a $9 billion shift. Jayde would like to help you be that carrier. But why should you believe me? Jayde's co-founder, Tracy Berg, and I have been working together for quite a while. In fact, we own 3 businesses together. Combined, we have nearly 4 decades experience in small commercial insurance. We started Cerity, a direct writer of workers' compensation. We led every aspect of the customer research, branding, marketing, underwriting, technology, etc. Tracy's background as a developer and chief information officer helped her lead the technology, data science, and engineering areas. My background in operations and as a licensed agent allowed me to focus on the product. The things we learned building Cerity will definitely be applied at Jayde. Let me give you an example. There's a lot of cool stuff we could discuss today. We could talk about our brand and how we'll differentiate, how we intend to market and leverage affiliate and affinity programs. We could talk about our serverless tech stack. But the reality is none of that matters without a product people understand and can buy. Until we make it easy for customers to buy, they will continue to abandon the digital experience. So Jayde focuses on doing 3 things exceptionally well. The first piece we call modeled coverage. For the classes we write, we determine ahead of time exactly which coverages are appropriate and we prescribe them. They are fixed and bundled. Underneath, there are separate products, but to the customer, it feels like one complete solution. The user experience is drop dead simple. No jargon, limited questions, a clean, simple interface. Think about this. The last time you were on a website and things got difficult, what did you do? The moment something gets confusing, customers abandon. Last, we use flat rate pricing. Think of this like guaranteed rates. If you're a barber in Des Moines, here's the price for everything you need. Always expressed as a monthly rate, we position insurance as just another subscription they need to run their business. This last part is usually where the actuaries and underwriters get a little nervous, so let's talk about rates for a minute. The dirty little secret of small commercial is that there are really 3 rates: filed, quoted, and bound. Data calls and predictive models are very expensive, especially for small and micro accounts. Carriers are spending up to 30% of premium, hundreds of dollars, to calculate what we call the exact right price. And yet, after all that expense, when the agent calls and says, hey, if you can knock 7% off, I can bind it today. And magically, through the power of scheduled rating, boom, the exact right price goes down. By setting an approved fixed rate for each class up front, Jayde manages adverse selection and simplifies the purchasing experience. Carriers eliminate large chunks of the underwriting expense while earning the same or higher premium to generate a lower combined. There are a lot of players emerging in this space. These are just a few. In fact, Amazon Business Prime just entered this space. They see there's a ton of premium to be gained through digital, but nobody is doing what we're proposing, all-in-one fixed rate coverage. We're looking for carriers interested in a pilot or a program. You can call it whatever you like. We're not a comparative rater. It will be your products offered exclusively. You pick the states, you pick the classes, the products. Together, we prove a simplified experience drives both customer acquisition and increased profitability. I'd love the opportunity to chat more about what we're building with anyone who wants to sell more small commercial. Sooner or later, someone will simplify this problem, and Jayde is uniquely positioned to lead the way. When it happens, buying behaviors will shift quickly, putting agency-only carriers at risk. We'd like to make sure you're not one of them. Thank you for your time. Have a great afternoon.